Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you everything that I have done to this point in my basement remodel in hopes that it helps you with your basement remodel. Welcome to the channel. I'm Jeremy from Home Advancement. On this channel we go over the improvements that we are doing to our home, how to do them, and reviews of products and tools that we use along the way. Let's get started. I'm going to start with the subfloor, what we did there, and work our way up through the framing and the drywall and electrical. For the subfloor we used DMX air gap underlayment with an OSB on top of it with concrete tapcons anchoring them in. The DMX air gap creates a barrier between your concrete and your subfloor to prevent any moisture coming from the concrete and getting actually into your subfloor. I would suggest you use plenty of concrete anchors when anchoring in your OSB. If you don't use enough concrete anchors, you might hear a little bit of a noise while walking across your subfloor. And in all the research that I've done, this creates a 7-degree difference between concrete and your actual floor, which helps keep your space and your floor warmer. We're putting carpet in our basement. That's why I wanted to take every step possible on our subfloor to prevent any moisture coming up and actually getting into the carpet and causing mold. We used 2x4 framing with 16 on center where we could, except for around the stairs and our bedroom door. The previous owners did not leave enough room for us to create a full 2x4 framing. So that's why we used the 2x2 furring strips to bring it off the wall. One of the first issues we had was actually the electrical panel. There were too many pipes above that I needed access to that I really didn't want to close off just in case we did have a problem. The electrical panel wasn't really set up conveniently to frame around and make it look nice. So what we did was we set the wall 3 feet off of the electrical panel so that way we could make extra storage and also give the electricians room to work if we ever did need electrician to come in and do some work. The area behind me where we actually had to drop the ceiling down where the support post was, we ran that the same height all the way to the wall where the electrical panel was. The reason we did that was that there was heating ducts and everything that we would had to go down and up, down and up. So instead of making a goofy looking ceiling, we decided to just run it straight across and make a little bit lower ceiling, but you still have 6.5 feet or so of clearance underneath it there. So there's no real worry about headroom. That also got extended all the way over to the bathroom, which almost presented a problem because the bathroom door is about 1 inch shy of actually meeting up with the ceiling. So I will still be able to get the trim around the door when I do go to finish it up. The support column, or what they call lally column behind me, a lot of people try to put like a half a wall or hide it inside of a wall. Well, I hid one of them inside of a wall, but this one, so the only real option I had was to frame around it and leave it out in the middle of the room. But it's not in too bad of a spot. If you guys have any ideas of what I should have done that could have made it look better or hide better, post down in the comments and let me know. The drywall I used was all 1/2 inch since I did 16 on center, and my floor joists are actually 16 on center. So 1/2 inch drywall is adequate for everything 16 on center. If everything was 24 on center, including the floor joists, I'd have to go up to a 5/8 to prevent sagging. For the lighting, I know I wanted to go an LED route. The lights I got were actually Torchstar 13.5 watt. Each light is actually equivalent to about 1,000 lumens. I ordered a 16 pack. I think I ended up having 3 left over after I put 2 more in the stairs. The spacing worked out pretty good. I was afraid I'd have to put a dimmer on it, but it actually turned out to where I probably wouldn't need a dimmer. I went back and forth between 4,000K and 5,000K. 5,000K turns out to be a little bit too sterile. It'd be really nice in like a kitchen or a garage, someplace where you need really good visibility. The 4,000K actually worked out pretty good. It looks nice in the room. And the spacing I did worked out to where there's no dark spots anywhere, which is the main problem with these LED lights, is you need to make sure that you get them spaced correctly or else you're going to have a dark spot on the floor. I'll try to put a link in the description to a site where you can actually see the layout, and it will ask you the dimensions of your room, the information on the lights that you're actually trying to get, and it'll actually give you the layout or a suggested layout of what you should do with your lights. I'm going to have a review coming for these lights. I bought them on Amazon. They're a really good price. I think I spent $120 for 16 of them, and the install was not too bad. If you're interested in that review, subscribe. It's going to be coming soon. I ran 1 heat run to the middle of the room in the ceiling. That wasn't too bad. I just ran a 6-inch pipe off of the main trunk. The only big issue was actually trying to cut it in between 2 of the floor joists. I'm still working on the diffuser to go on the heat run and which one I'm supposed to get. If you guys have any recommendations of diffusers that to put in my ceiling, I would appreciate it. Leave a comment. For the return duct, most of my stuff was actually panned anyways, so I just ran one pan run down into the false wall by my electrical panel and ran that down to the floor. I really wanted the cold air return on the floor because heat rises, cold sinks. I want to take all the cold off the floor that I can, especially in a basement where heating is normally an issue. This brings me to the problem I have right now. I started on the stairs and I actually framed around it, create my half wall right here, which actually acts as a railing. Problem is, when I went to start hanging drywall on it, was the normal way you do stairs is either you do a stair skirt with lumber and then you run your drywall with that, and then you put a transition piece in between your stair skirt and your drywall. Another way you can do that would be to run the drywall past the stairs, and that way you're not going to see the edge of the drywall on your carpet or finished stairs. My problem is there is no way to finish it and not be able to see the edge of the drywall. I had some squeaks in my stairs, so I decided, why not? I'm going to take all the steps and the risers off, replace them all with some new lumber, glue them all down, and actually cut off an inch so that I have a ½ inch on each side of the stairs so that I can actually run my drywall down past my steps and you'll never even see it. Thanks for watching. All the tools and products that I've used so far in my basement remodel, I'm going to link down below. So if you guys are interested in that, you can go check that out. If you like this video, please like and subscribe for the future videos. Thanks for watching.